This week we're going to jump to Module 11 and talk about those mutants and misfits, the X-Men. So although you wouldn't know it judging from their films, the X-Men have been some of the best-selling comic characters at various points in their long and convoluted history. And it is very long and very convoluted. So they're created in the 1960s by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, like many of the other Marvel characters. But they didn't really catch on until the 70s and 80s. The membership is too vast and varied to list in its entirety, but includes, but is definitely not limited to, the following. So Professor X, Cyclops, Iceman, Angel / Archangel, Beast, Marvel Girl / Phoenix, also known as Jean Grey, Mimic, Changeling, Polaris, Havoc, my personal favorite X-Men, Petra, Sway, Darwin, Vulcan, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Banshee, Storm, Sunfire, Colossus, Thunderbird, Kitty Pryde, Lockheed, Rogue, Prestige, Magneto, Longshot, Psylocke, Dazzler, Forge / Maker, and many, many more, often switching between heroes and villains. And if you give a character enough time, they will become both at some point. So what are X-Men? They are superheroes that don't require an origin story. They were born with their powers or mutations, and that's simply who they are. The vast diversity of characters is due to the vast number of possible powers. Since, unlike Superman, each X-Man has one specific power. Magneto, magnets of course. Professor X, telepathy. Cyclops, psi blasts from the eyes. So per the usual superhero situation, X-Men are hated by the general population of Earth because they're different, and sometimes not visibly so, which is a big problem for effective othering. And this causes an important schism between the good mutants who want to help the unappreciative normies and the League of Evil Mutants who are more into demonstrating their evolutionary supremacy. Through all of these struggles, though, they're really just trying to navigate their differences and find their place in the world. So in this way, the X-Men comics deal with all the major social issues such as sexuality, racism, and religion under the guise of mutant-human conflict. Lots of subtext in there. And the series really hit its stride under Chris Claremont and John Byrne, who oversaw the Dark Phoenix and Days of Future Past storylines, and they also nurtured Wolverine's character to make him a regular member of the X-Men and Alpha Flight and the Avengers. He's joined every team at some point. And here we have a picture of him in his totally kick-ass 1980s Wolverine costume, which is how I remember him. So notes on the film. X-Men Days of Future Past from 2014. So it was directed by Bryan Singer, who also did the earlier X-Men movies. He also did the forgotten Superman movie, Superman Returns, which is problematic in so many ways because it was directed by Bryan Singer. And if you've paid any attention to the news, he's in some serious trouble. And then also has Kevin Spacey in it. So it's like serious melange of bad behavior. It was written by Simon Kinberg, Jane Goldman, and Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn was attached to the project originally, but then ended up leaving it. He's the one that directed X-Men First Class. And he also directed Kick-Ass as well. So this is the second film in the X-Men prequel, but not quite reboot series, which was necessary to make folks forget X-Men The Last Stand, which made force meat, which is sub-hamburger grade meat blown off the bones of livestock. You didn't need to know that, but now you do. Of about 5 X-Men storylines. Thanks, Brett Ratner. There's another guy who's in the news being in trouble for all kinds of stuff. Man, directors, get your shit together. Ingeniously, this film manages to tie it together. This one, not X-Men The Last Stand. So Days of Future Past manages to tie together the first 2 X-Men films from the early 2000s, the first prequel, First Class, and Logan, while avoiding the wreckage of the last 2 films, which no one remembers. I can't even remember the names of them. But yeah, they did like a Dark Phoenix one that no one watched. I didn't. I don't know what happened in that one. Comic origin. So Days of Future Past originally appeared in issues 141 to 142 of the Uncanny X-Men, and has been revisited numerous times throughout the comic's run. The original story didn't explore whether Armageddon has been avoided or merely delayed. So the synopsis, the Sentinels, which are robots programmed to protect humanity from mutants by killing all of them, and then humans who have mutant genes as well, have cornered the last surviving mutants in 2023. To prevent their imminent demise, Kitty Pryde sends Wolverine's consciousness back in time to 1973 to prevent the assassination of the Sentinel's creator by Mystique, who sets all of these events in motion. I don't think there's any spoilers in there. I think I did a good job.